What's going on, guys? Today we will be going over how to do Exocad TruSmile AI reports and how to sell these cases with a quick wax up and handing this patient a nice AI report, basically a DSD on top of our photos that we take initially at the initial appointment. So we're going to take a look at the picture we received and let's talk about the case a little bit. We got Dr. Omid here, and this is his patient that we are working on.
So this patient initially came in for a exam and with a chief complaint that they're not happy with the front two teeth. Obviously, there are some PFM crowns on 8 and 9. I guess at some point try to cover the recession with some composite. Not happy with it, the size, the shape, the aesthetic. After discussion, and seeing what the patient really valued, it seemed that they clearly had aesthetic concern. They hadn't smiled for a very long time, so I immediately went ahead and took the photographs and I contacted Johnny right away. Explained to Johnny, look, this I want to do a mock-up from second premolar to second premolar. I want to make up a presentation of where she can be because I feel like as the doctors, we see the vision, we understand the process and what's going on, but the patients don't really understand what we're thinking. Or and at the end of the day, they want just to see the best results. They want to get the result what they want. So, Johnny and I worked a whole mock-up with the AI feature that he's going to be describing in this video. And overnight, just some time spent together over a Zoom session, we made a mock-up, we printed out the entire presentation, and I presented it to her. And once she saw, and after that discussion, when she saw the end result of where she can be with a brand new design, brand new of what she would like, that was it. We were rocking and rolling after that appointment. So I really think this tool helps the patients understand. It doesn't take much time on our end, but once the systems are in place, if a patient comes with aesthetic concern, she came in with just the front two teeth, sure. Could I have addressed the front two teeth? Absolutely. But could we have enhanced the entire smile by doing the entire 10 teeth on the maxillary arch? 100%. And that's what we did to enhance the smile in totality because of her smile line, because how
Right.
broad, how many teeth she's showing. So, what Johnny is going to show right now in this video is truly remarkable in printing out
AI.
that final result, the packet. I printed out like the 11, 12 pages with all the diagnostic photos that I took. We put it all in Exocad. We printed that out with the AI smile design for the final results. At the end of the presentation, I was like, this is where we can get you. And that was it. And she loved it and she moved forward with the treatment.
Yeah, she moved forward with treatment. Not only just the front two teeth, but all second bite to second bite, which is
Second by
amazing.
second by. Exactly.
So now let's get into that AI report, that powerful AI report, similar to DSD. So we're going to create a client. I'm going to just do default just for the heck of it. And for this one, we're going to call it AI report. So the designer is me, myself, and we're gonna mark on the upper arch the mock-up workflow, and for temporary resin or permanent resin, either or doesn't matter. Any of these materials don't until we go into final design. And then we are going to hit shift and select all the teeth over from by to by. And now we hit save, and that'll save the database. And now the database is saved, we have a place to store our files. So I'm going to open up our file location. We're going to copy them, and then we're going to paste them right here into the folder. So now that the files are in here, I can take a look at these files and as well see our media document, which is our photo. So we're going to at least need one photo for this AI report. And then what we also did is we added additional photos, which were nice to show the before, even without the AI, and then the after with the AI. So for the scans, we have second molar, and we also have second molar as well. Now they're not going to be a mock-up. I'm going to mark them adjacent. And then on the opposing, I'm going to make sure that that molar is selected. The antagonist there, and then we have a second molar here. Because we need to segment these teeth. So initially with Exocad, you would have just gone about it with it marked as, here, let's change reconstruction type. Initially you would have went about this just marked like this, right? Mock-up. But when you do mock-up, the segmentation won't get done correctly. So I'll show you the segmentation in a bit. So with the segmentation, we're going to go ahead, we're going to hit design, ignore, and that's going to launch the CAD. So in the CAD, we're going to launch the upper jaw and then the lower antagonist. It says on the top left. We're going to set our scan orientation, and the first steps first is start segmentation. So I have to segment all these teeth and tell Exocad, hey Exocad, this is where this tooth is. So it's going to auto mark while the AI auto segments, so I don't have to do anything as of right now. And it's marking the correct tooth per section. So it's doing a great job on these scans, and then I'm going to hit next. Now it's going to do the same thing for the lower as well, and that's why we had to mark it appropriate to what dentition is left here, because it segments the teeth based off of the dentition that was left. So if it messes up, then we have to correct it. So to correct it, I'm going to select on 4-7 first. I'm going to select that tooth by itself, and I can change that arrow insertion. And then we're going to go to the next tooth that messed up. So 4-3, it's got to be, all these are messed up over here. I'm going to just start with 3-6, and we're going to work our way over. 3-5. We're going to select the tooth, then the scan. We're going to select the tooth on the grid, and then we're going to select the scan. Tooth on the grid, then the scan. So 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 4-3 needs to be fixed. 4-4 is merged with the second bi, and then 4-5, and now all of our scans are correct. So it told Exocad which tooth is which, and with that, now we can start our, we're going to skip this, and we're going to come back to Smile Creator. I'm going to load up a tooth model, and I don't want generic, so I'm going to go back and go to expert mode. So I'm going to go to multi-tooth placement, and I'm going to change the tooth mold to what I would like. So I'm going to go and turn this arrow on and turn off my lower arch. And I'm going to select the second bicuspid area, and I'm going to choose some molds that I like. So these grins are some molds that I really like. And let's take a look at these tooth molds while I'm flipping through them. Some of them are kind of messed up, and then some of them are really nicely set. So we want to find a tooth library that's nicely set and that will fit this patient. So it is a lady, and I believe we went with something that was a little square tooth mold. So now we're back on the Exocad molds. Let's see, what do I like here? I like this one. So we'll rock with this one here, and then we'll go to tooth model placement. We're gonna let chain mode do its thing. And then we're gonna go to simple, move all simultaneously, and I'm gonna shrink these teeth. I'm gonna move them right into the right spot of 8 and 9. Let's move this over. So I want to make sure to get that emergence correct. So I'm making sure to flare that incisal edge appropriately to what it lines up with the pre-op or whatever needs to be corrected. And then I'm going to go to chain, symmetry. I'm going to lock 8 and 9. I'm going to move that distal disc. And then I'm going to increase the size, and you'll see both sides are moving at the same time. And then I'm going to increase the size of the bicuspid. And we can address some aesthetic concerns now with the patient that she had, if she had any aesthetic concerns about what she desired on the case or what doc desired on the case. And then I'm going to get into the report after we have a wax up. So I'm spending my time on the wax up. Probably speed through this part. Speed run it. And then I'm going to turn off symmetry. And then now we're left with this. So now that we have some sort of wax up here, I can take this wax up and then bring it into my smile creator. So I'm going to go to my smile creator and I'm going to load my smile image. I'm going to import that photo that we have of her, and I'm going to use the smile auto alignment because we used the segment tooth models. And now that the auto alignment's running, it's going to analyze the photo and hopefully auto align that to the scans. It'll definitely align though. I have a good success rate with that. Oh, and as I said, I jinxed it. Maybe it was the eyeballs that I got rid of on there.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is fine. Because this is a really great photo.
It happened originally, like, without the eyeballs blocked.
Yeah, it happened the first time we did it.
Yeah. It's definitely blocking out the eyes for HIPAA, obviously.
Without the eye. Yeah, we don't want the eyes in here for HIPAA reasons. So then we will change that pitch of the scan because it was the anterior was down a little bit, so I right click on the background, brought that forward. Then I'm going to cut out the inner lip. And I'm going to skip a retracted. We're going to click on the left and right eye. See, it's not even detecting it. The feature's giving it a bug error for no detection. So I'm going to just use these glasses right here, and that'll be our horizontal plane for now. But I would use the outside of the eye or the eyeball if it was a nice straight eye. I like the outside of the eye. And then we will set our midline position because prepping, I'm not going to move the midline unless we're directed to do so. And then incisal edge position, we can set that incisal edge position. With this line, I'm going to change the grids to female and then change our smile curve. This is just for the grids on our design here. She kind of has a gummy smile, but that's her natural Duchenne, right? So now we have our setup in here, and if we turn TruSmile on, we can see our wax up in there with the rest of this case. And I can make some fine-tune adjustments to this. I'm going to turn off the lower jaw and really take a look at what we have. These bicuspids, I'm going to mirror movement. I'm going to tilt them in, and then I'm going to pull them up. I feel like they were so far low. Same with these bis. And the anterior teeth can come down a little bit. So now that they're down a little bit, I'm going to hit next. So we're going to do the photorealistic. We're going to generate that photorealistic. and you're gonna let the AI run and make that change to the setup. And it's going to give you that DSD photo here, and it's going to be super sweet. So we're just waiting on that. And then here's the AI report that it gave us. And now if you see anything wrong with that, you can correct it, obviously by going back and forth. But this is something that we gave to the patient, right, Doc?
Exactly. Wow, that looks beautiful, man.
Yeah. So now that we did that, you can go and transition back and forth on the CAD screen if you had a CAD screen up to show your patient. Or now you can hand them this report. So we can create this report, and when we create that report right here, we can print that out, probably full color, right? You want it full color, or to email it over to them or send it to them. But in
Yeah,
this
and like
report,
honestly, sorry to interrupt, but like
yeah,
it's this really we were talking about this earlier, like it really sets you apart from the other docs in like your community, you know? Who's really, when you go and print out a report like this and hand it to the patient, spend 30 to 40 minutes just reviewing the treatment plan, talking about the results, where we can get you, this is the process. It really motivates them. And this lady in particular, it just shows the power of this feature. She was already ready to go and purchase a new home. Literally the next day when I presented this to her, she's like, I was about to purchase a new home, but I'm gonna go ahead and go forward with this process. So
it's crazy.
the visuals really help. That's the point. It
It
really
is.
helps, and it really doesn't take much to do this, right? You present it, and of course, sometimes people don't want it, but at least you tried, you present it to them, and at least you plant that seed maybe of value, how much they value their smile, and they want a doctor who equally puts that investment into them, and they trust
Yep.
you more with completing what they want.
I totally agree on that. I see so much value in this, and I love how you see the value in it, and it's already paying off for you.
100%, no doubt.
And
100%.
so with that report, now it's just game changer. You give them that DSD, and it's got the smile design inside of that. So now that it's got the smile design, we're ready for the next phase of the case. We can make a wax up model if she accepts treatment from here. So we can save this, and I can save it with a name, with save as, and we can label this AI report. Right, and that's our first wax up, and we have teeth in position in the right spot of what is actually kind of possible, right?
Yeah.
That's the huge part, as far as a technician standpoint, is we have teeth already ready in a spot that's possible to use for the case. In the next phase, if it goes to preps, we can use this already, and we have all this information. It's this tool right here, and we can open this back up and edit it. So it's just huge. Now that AI report went to your folder, so we can go open Explorer, and we can go to our report. You even have the AI photo in the report. And you scroll all the way through. This is the report, shows the wax up as well. And then you even have the photo, and it tells you this is an example of results that can vary on the treatment plan, but this is the AI report that is the money maker. I think it's a huge selling point and amazing tool. But that's how you do the AI report in Exocad. All right, well, thanks for watching Jonny and Dr. Omid on our first type of AI report case and selling it to our patients. So let us know if you have any questions. I'm JonnyExocad on Instagram, and your Instagram is Doc Omid, right?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Great
Well,
video,
thank you
Johnny.
guys.
Love it.
Have a good one, and always save your scene.